Ray with the Homebody Company, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to trim flying geese. If you have noticed in my most recent patterns and tutorials, all of my flying geese end up just a tad bit bigger than you want. I'll be truly honest with y'all. I've never been able to make a flying geese that's not wonky, and I just have much greater success and enjoy my patterns much more when I add that little bit and spend a bit of time trimming. Now, my favorite way to trim a flying geese is using my Bloc Loc ruler. With these, you have to get the size for your specific flying geese, but honestly, it's totally worth it and super easy to use. However, I'll also be showing you how to use a normal ruler to trim, making it just as simple and just as accurate. So first I'm going to start off by showing you how to trim your flying geese with a regular ruler. So you need your ruler and your rotary cutter. The trim size of this one is going to be 4.5 by 2.5 inches, and the finished size once all sewn in will be 4 by 2. So the first thing you want to think of is that you need at least a 1/4 inch up here. So you will find your 1/4 inch mark, and that is what you will line up with the top of your point. And then you take the width of your flying goose and you divide it in half. So mine here needs to be trimmed to 4.5 inches, which means that each side will be 2.25 inches. So we have our 1/4 inch mark that we want to line up with the top of it, but then we also have 2.25 inches here. So we're going to move that so that you have a 1/4 inch of space to sew, and then the center point of our flying geese is there. So we're going to trim just the top first. Okay, and now we're going to flip it over and trim off from the bottom. So for this one, we'll line it up with the width of what we want it trimmed, which is 2.5 inches. So we'll place our ruler there. And trim. Okay, so now the height of our block is correct, but we need to trim off some from each edge. Like we said, the center point is to be at 2.25 inches. So we'll trim off that side, then we'll flip it over, and at this point, we can just line up the edge for this one in particular, which is 4.5 inches. So you want to make sure all 3 of your edges you've trimmed are lined up, and trim. So now you have a 4.5 by 2.5 inch flying geese that will be 4 by 2 when finished. Now I'm going to show y'all my preferred way to trim flying geese. I like the Bloc Loc rulers that they have that has this groove in here that makes it really simple whenever your seams are pressed to the top. So we're going to lay this down and set the grooved marks in with the triangle, and it's just going to fit in there flush with this. So I trim mine in 2 segments. I'll trim off these 2 edges. Pull those away, and then I like to flip mine around as well as flipping the Bloc Loc ruler around. Put it flush in there again and trim off the other 2 edges. Now when I'm doing multiple flying geese at a time, I will trim this side and this side first on all of them, whether it's 1 or 50. And then I'll turn all of them around as well as the ruler and trim the other 2 edges and be done. So there you have it. So I hope this tutorial today was a little helpful and gave you a better view at how to trim your flying geese so that you can have accurate pieces in your next quilt. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the section below, and I've linked all of the tools that I used today in the description. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.